Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is once again exploring the concepts, and I am at second line of defense, chapter number 13, immunity, and natural killer cells are my today's topic. So let's see what are these. So first of all, they are, by the way, uh, T lymphocytes, right? There are special type of T lymphocytes. Please keep this in your mind. Second line of defense is non-specific or innate, right? Second line of defense is non-specific or innate, but this is natural killer cells, which are both the part of the second line of defense as well, and or as well as they are the part of the adaptive immunity. That means the T lymphocytes and T and B lymphocytes, right? So they are very specific kind of cells. They are naturally available to kill all of the They aren't, by the way, not kill all kinds of the microbes or the any of the organisms, but they kill only specific types. We will discuss later. So here we have a diagram of the two diagrams in this slide. That one of them is showing you a cell which does not have a specific shape, but it has a bigger nucleus in it, and same as the case another kind of another diagram showing in this slide. Both of them are different images of the natural killer cells, and they're also called as the cytotoxic T cells. That's why I was telling you that these are the cells that, by the way, bridges the two systems, non-specific and specific immunity, and these are called as natural killer cells, right? They are not involved in killing all kind of microorganisms, and they do not need any. They are not responsible to produce any kind of memory, and they do not have a specific type of receptors for the types of microorganisms. So that's why they are called as natural killer cells. So let's discuss things other than these. So structurally, look at the diagram first. Look at this diagram. I have told you that these are the large cells, right? These are the large cells. These have some granular structures present inside it in the cytoplasm of the natural killer cells. So look at these text. So natural killer cells basically are large, granular, and they are formed in the bone marrow, right? They are basically formed in the bone marrow cells. Secondly, these granules, by the way, what they contain some hydrolytic enzymes, and you all know what is the purpose of hydrolytic enzyme. They are responsible to digest some of the structures. They are digestive enzymes. So this is the brief introduction about the natural killer cells. That they are lymphocytes, they are large, they are producing in the bone marrow, and they have hydrolytic enzymes. If you know at least these 4 points, this is basically formed its introduction. Else is look another diagram. This is another diagram of the same natural killer cells, but it has two specific types of the receptors. I have told you that they do not have the receptor for identifying all of the microbes, right? But they have inhibitory receptor and activating receptor. It has two receptors, by the way, inhibitory receptor and activating receptor. Inhibitory receptor is basically to identify the cell between self and non-self. So whatever the cell is normal present in our body, it does have a major histocompatibility complex, right? This is how all of the immune cells they identify the the self cells, right? This is inhibitory receptor, and the other one, this is the purple one, this is in activating receptor. This is, by the way, to identify the tumor cells or virally infected cell. Okay. So the surface of natural killer cells consists of different activating and inhibitory receptors that recognize different membrane proteins. So this is the physical structure. Physically, there are two kinds of receptors out there. One is inhibitory, the other is activating. Okay. Now this is action of natural killer cells. Now how they act on the the virally infected cell. This is one of the normal body cell. This is one of our normal body cell. It has this kind of a tag, right? This tag is, by the way, called as MHC1. This is major histocompatibility complex, which is responsible. This tag by this tag, all of the white blood cells they identify are, they can differentiate between self and non-self. Okay. So if this inhibitory receptor have got attached with this MHC1, it will not going to destroy this cell, right? But if any of the cell is going to make a bond with the activating molecule, in that case, this natural killer cell will activate its function and it will try to kill this this cell, which is basically virally infected cell. Please keep this in mind. Natural killer cells are meant to kill two different types of cells: natural killer cells or cytotoxic T cells. Both of the cells are responsible to kill two different types of cells. One is tumor cells, the other is cytotoxic, the other is cancerous cells, tumor cells, right? Tumor causing cells. So here is another diagram. Depending, you can draw it in your notebook as well to make to clear the concept of the natural killer cells. That it has, any normal cell has two kind of two kind of receptors present on them. Natural killer cell has inhibitory and activating receptor, and inhibitory basically responsible to keep the body safe, because when they are getting mature, this is they try to. I already have told this in my other videos that when they are getting mature, they are part of their maturation, that they need to learn the difference between the self and non-self cells. So this is how the activating is. If whenever any targeted cell does not have MHC, right? It this is so natural. Whenever some cell is a virally infected cell, it itself tells the body that I am virally infected, right? So that's the reason that it loses its MHC1 receptor. So how the mode of action, we already have seen that NK cells kill their target by releasing proteins called perforins, right, which punch holes through the membranes of the infected cells. So what they do, they produces holes in the virally infected cell by sending some proteins inside them that are called as perforins. The other proteins, which are called as granzymes, right? These the granules, they entered through those holes inside the virally infected cell, and this cell basically formed it, destroy in the inside material and form apoptotic bodies. And these apoptotic bodies, by the way, will phagocytose by the help of macrophages, you all know. Now, the functions of natural killer cells, we generally, they are basically killer cells do not directly attack the invading microbe. They do not directly attack, right? But instead, they kill and cells strike at the cancerous cells or body cells that have been invaded by viruses. Generally, they are not responsible to kill all of the microbes, but they are meant to destroy the cancerous cells or the virally infected cells. Once again, just a recap of the function: that NK cells infected by a virus block the replication of the viruses inside the cells, and they maintain the increasing of some of the chemicals called cytokines. These cytokines contains interleukin 1, interleukin 2, and interleukin 5. So these basically are responsible to inform the rest of the body that there is a virus inside the body, and they kill the virally infected cell as well. And the killing method, as already have told you, they make holes in the infected cell, and then through these holes they enter the granzymes inside the cell. And granzymes are basically digestive enzymes. They digest inside the cells all of the material of the virally infected cells. Finally, they also identify and kills the tumor cells, and how they identify the tumor cells and how they identify the virally infected cells. Who is going to tell me that how they are going to identify? Because all of such cells, they lack major histocompatibility receptor, right? They do not have the antigen for class 1 major histocompatibility. So that is all about the natural killer cells. They are very simple and very natural and very specific for their action. They are large, they are T lymphocytes, they are the part of the non-specific immune system as well. So if you have any question, you can ask me in the comment box. Natural killer cells are meant to kill all of the virally infected cells and tumor cells by punching holes in their bodies. So we will see in the next video. Up till then, Allah Hafiz.